Hey, this is your girl Ashley. I'm back with another video, and this is Killers in the 80s, part 1. So we got quite a few people on here that are very disturbing, just like the 70s. So, first on the list, we have the Green River Killer. His name is Gary Ridgway. I know y'all have probably heard of him. His killing spree was from 1982 to 1984, with I think a couple of them in the 90s, but we're talking about the 80s. What Gary used to do, right? He used to find like people that would run away and would like strangle them, you know, girls, look like young women. He would strangle them and kill them and put them along the Green River, hence the name Green River Killer. He was convicted for 49, but confessed to over 90 killings, which I think is outrageous. Like, what you mean you confessed to 90, but we only linked you to 49? Why was it 49 anyway? Like, that's too much. That's way too many. And yeah, that was just too many. 49 counts of first-degree murder, and also was convicted of 1 aggravated first-degree murder. And he was also charged with 48 counts of tampering with evidence because he took them to the river. I don't know why nobody else get charged with like tampering with evidence. You know, like moving the bodies from where they originally killed it, but he got 49 life sentences without the possibility of parole, because where was he ever going to go? And he committed these crimes in Washington and Oregon. Next, we have Richard Ramirez, known as the Night Stalker. I first heard about the Night Stalker because American Horror Story, they did a whole thing on Richard Ramirez. I thought he was fake. Yeah, I didn't know it was based off somebody real, but he was really real. He was so evil, like, and he had no rhyme or no reason. Like, he was just like, just because. And I'm like, what you mean just because? Like, just because you just don't like your life, like yourself, like you just, like, for no reason, like, for real? But yeah. American Horror Story is called American Horror Story 1984, if you're curious to watch. It was about 2 serial killers in the American Horror Story, but the one that was real was the Night Stalker. His crime spree was from 1984 to 1985. So yeah, he was charged with 14 first-degree murder, 11 rapes, an attempted murder, and 14 first-degree robberies. He was sentenced to 19 death sentences. Yeah, because they had to get that guy on about there. And he committed these crimes in California. And yeah, they said, yeah, buddy, you got to go. I mean, he was a menace to society. Like, who wasn't willing or ready for him to go ahead and go? And he also had 15 plus victims. Pure evil. Next, we have Arthur. I call him Arthur No Neck Craft. I think that's his last name. That's the Genghis River Killer. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about the nerves of this man and why I call him No Neck, because I don't like him. Okay, so boom, set the scene. He lived in New York, and he was befriending this well, you know how kids go to like older adults because they want to teach them how to do things or whatever. Like, you know, go fishing or, you know, teach them how to camp. You gotta watch them folks, by the way. But yeah, so he took this little girl out fishing. Went missing. I wonder what happened. And then it was a second. Like, it was a guy. It was a young guy. Same thing. Boom. He took the little guy out, I think for camping or whatever. Boom, he went missing. So they went to go try to figure out what happened to the girl. She was found by the river. Killed. Murdered. And raped. And the little boy, he was killed as well. And They couldn't find evidence for one of them. I think it was the guy that they couldn't find evidence for. So they ended up convicting him for the little girl, for killing her, because they was like, something's not right. Arthur leaves with them and they don't come back. I'm not liking that. And Arthur was the last person, so had to have been him at some point in time. It was him. He sucked. I'm going to continue to tell you why. He ended up getting like a 10-year deal where he goes to prison for 10 years for that. And so he gets out. And let me tell you about the nerves of this man. He said up here he got out. He complained. He complained to his lawyer about how he want to move somewhere else so he can start over because people in his town was booing him, telling him he sucked and they know what he did. So you know what his lawyer did? Moved him to another city. And you know what Arthur did? You know what Arthur did when he moved to a new city? He killed more people. Come on, man. Like, you let him go to another city? He couldn't get no work. He couldn't do nothing. That was perfect. That was perfect. Great. And killed both of them. But they only could convict him for the girl. They didn't have enough evidence for the boy. So yeah, they sentenced him and then he got a plea deal, which they suck. For even offering him a plea deal, but whatever. And he did about 25 years. Cause baby, he wanna keep on saying that he be going through some stuff. Baby, nobody care. But yeah, he served about 25 years for that crime and got out and still wasn't done. He still was not done. You thought he would have sat down somewhere, but no, he did not. So let's get back into it. So his real crimes started to kick up in 1988 to 1989. He had 14 victims altogether, and 12 of them were P words. He would just murder them because he ain't got no life. And he was sentenced to life in prison. He actually died in 2008. I'm not saying yeah, but you know. He also had charges of arson, burglary, manslaughter, and second-degree murder. So he was just over here doing some things. For what reason, the world may never know at this point.